Coming up on Colonial SportsCenter, we're warming you up for another semester of Colonial Sports. Mike Rice, he's getting energetic out on the hardwood. The men's hockey team takes to the Clearview Arena this past weekend. And over the break, there was this little thing called the Pittsburgh Hockey Showcase at the Mellon Arena. It's Colonial SportsCenter, and it's next.
They think we're going away. They have no idea the amount of toughness in this world. You can't control what happens to you, gentlemen. You can control 100% how you responded. People are going to remember this team. So if you think for 1 minute we're going away, you're sadly mistaken. And it'll take every ounce of energy we have.
The Knights of Sidonia have returned, and so have we. Welcome, everybody, to the spring 2010 semester of Colonial SportsCenter. I'm Chris Baginski, alongside Ed Albert. Ed, how were your holidays?
Chris, if these holidays were stuffed any full more of Graham's chicken soup and stuffed cabbage, I would have exploded. But it's time to get stuffed full of Colonial Sports, and I'm ready to do it right now.
Yes.
They think we're going away, but we're not.
But something sort of big happened over the break in the world of Colonial Athletics, and seeing how this is Colonial SportsCenter, we figure that we dedicate a good part of the show to it. We speak, of course, of the men's hockey team who pulled an upset over the #1 team in the country. Brooks Bratton will have more on this monumental performance later in the show.
And you take a look at last week's results, Chris. Women's ice hockey team up against Wayne State. They dropped the first one 1-0, and also the second one 2-3. Kind of unfortunate for that team.
That it is.
You'll definitely want to stay tuned to Colonial SportsCenter this week and every other week for that matter, because coming up after the break, we have highlights of both games from the Pittsburgh College Hockey Showcase, and we also give both basketball teams an 11. So you have 60 seconds to prepare, starting now.
I'm Molly Stofan, Technical Director.
I'm Jake Neal, Audio Technician. I'm Landon Klein, Shooter Editor. I'm Tom Flynn, Teleprompter Operator.
You're watching Colonial SportsCenter.
And you're watching Colonial SportsCenter.
And you're watching Colonial SportsCenter.
And this is Colonial SportsCenter.
You're watching Colonial SportsCenter.
And you're watching Colonial SportsCenter.
I'm Chelsea Fry, Floor Director, Colonial SportsCenter.
The Pittsburgh Hockey Showcase has been an annual tradition for the past few years. Starting last season, the women's team has been involved, and they won last year's game in thrilling fashion. Would the thrills continue? To 66 Mary Lemieux Place we go.
You know, you think they called it that because Mary Lemieux's number was 66, Chris?
Ed, I think you might be onto something. So, into the cozy confines of Mellon Arena, where the Colonial is getting cozy with some of the fans. But Kelly Horan passes it over to Blaine Maud, who shoots and scores for her first goal of the season. Archie Bunker not pleased.
Great pronunciation, Chris.
And on the other end of the ice, Alexandra Garcia of the Huskies holding down her end of the deal quite nicely. Now, take a look here in the second period at the top of the screen. Sammy Eblin introducing Courtney Langston, that is, to the boards. It'll be a 5-minute major and a game misconduct for hitting from behind. And Miss Eblin would not participate in that game any further. But the penalty killed off entirely, and leading scorer Michelle Binning with a tricky shot picks up her 11th of the season. Then Tiffany Good with a soft goal, to say the least. You have to be perfectly fair. Coach Handrahan agrees and relieves Danica Butterfield of her goaltending duties. Kristen DeChoco coming in her stead.
They so soft. It's like they try to beat a worse squad in the league.
Well, we were in the right place for that. Third period, scoring doesn't stop. Lisa Stathopoulos, no relation to Tom Kostopoulos, puts them up 4-0. But the puck is loose, and Jamie Jocelyn on the other end of the ice breaks the shutout rather. It is now 4-1. But Brianna Delaney able to deflect Jackie Gibson's shot from the point. 4-2 is your final score to UConn. Even though the Colonials were able to outshoot the Huskies 29-21, Maud Blaine picked up 2 points on the night. Brianna Delaney, 6 shots, 1 goal, and a -1.
Because obviously they get a little more tired, but I mean, we just had to be more energetic than the other team was, you know, just get to the puck quicker, everything. Once we had more energy than the other team and more like motivation to kill it, I think that it helped us get through that 5 minutes.
The key to the game, I think, was that we played for 60 minutes. I have great respect for what I've seen of Robert Morris, and I know they had some big wins this year against some ranked opponents. So I was pretty happy that I have to be honest, I guess we played for 59 because the coach got a little out of control in the last minute with the referee. But other than that, I thought it was a great effort.
This wasn't one of our better performances. We spent a lot of time in our own zone, which isn't what we like to do. We like to be in the offensive zone, so that was hard. Spending a lot of energy in our own zone isn't very good for us because we do a lot on the power play, and offensively we're supposed to score. That's our role. So when we're on our own end, we don't get to produce like we like to, so we didn't have the game we would have liked.
I thought tonight's game, obviously dealing with the delays of, obviously having a giant crane on the ice for a couple hours kind of slowed things down a little bit, but I thought that both teams kind of came out in the first period and worked their way through some jitters, maybe a little bit of laying around for a couple hours, and and battled hard. We obviously gave up a shorthanded goal in the first period, which seems to be more and more of a trend for us, which is a little bit alarming for us. Something we have to correct, but I liked how we competed. I thought we gave ourselves an opportunity to be in the ball game.
The Miami of Ohio Redhawks came into the Pittsburgh College Hockey Showcase the #1 team in the land. The Robert Morris Colonials came in wanting to prove they were better than their record indicated. What would transpire in the final college hockey game in the history of Mellon Arena? Although I'm sure you've heard by now, let's all find out together. So, Chris, the #1 team in the land, the Miami of Ohio Redhawks, and your Robert Morris Colonials coming out of the visitors' runway there at the Mellon Arena, and they look pretty snazzy.
That they do. Nice blues.
Yeah, we're going to start here in the first period. Brandon Blandina trying to make an outlet pass there to James Lyle. Doesn't connect, and Ronnie Kramer's going to hook up Andy Mealy, and he'll go to the box and think about what he's done. But while he's in there, he's going to see a little display put on here. Pat Canone is going to get this puck, shoots it in, blocked by Ostergaard. It's hit out, and Canone tries to keep it in, but watch Chris Kushnerick lifts the stick, makes a move. Here he's in all alone, fakes the backhand, goes forehand, puts it past Cody Reichert, makes him look silly. 1-0 Colonials into the first. In the second, the Redhawks on the power play, getting their shot, and, well, Carter Camper deflects that one in, puts it past Ostergaard. Ostergaard, 39 saves on the night. It's now 1-1. Miami trying to set it up again, but this time not so successful. Ostergaard, leather.
Flash.
And he does that like it's his job.
I think it is, actually.
Now a shot long here, and now it's going to be on the breakaway. Riley Smith, and Ostergaard again just sticks the pad out and stops it again. He is doing a great job on that one.
Absolutely. It's almost like it is his job, Ed.
It's like he's Ostergaarding the net, if you will. We move to the third period. Cody Crichton to J.C. Velasquez, and it's just that quick into the third, and the Colonials go up 2-1 right over the shoulder. And here again, you're going to see another fancy play. Now this one a bit more tricky. You see Salaturo, he shoots it. Urban comes in, not able to get the rebound, and then Salaturo right there again with the goal, and he scores, and it's now 3-1. The Colonials with an insurance marker. Miami, they're trying to come back, but Ostergaard's not going to let that happen. Drops that puck, no big deal. Skates around, and then, Chris, there was much rejoicing.
Yay. I mean, yay! This is actually worth rejoicing.
It was worth rejoicing. They win the final hockey game in the history of the Mellon Arena, 3-1. Look at your top performers. Brooks Ostergaard, 39 saves. And how about the Kushball, Chris Kushnerick, 1 goal, 3 shots, a +2. What a beautiful performance.
Beautiful indeed. But lost in the shuffle of all the hockey hoopla was the defending NEC champion men's basketball team. Playing solidly throughout the break, even without senior leader Jimmy Langhurst, the team looked to continue the momentum Saturday against the Monmouth Hawks. So we'll welcome you back to campus and the SportsCenter to see what happened. So a familiar place for us all.
Ooh, this is for our blind viewers at home.
Yes, we were unable to somehow put Braille into the broadcast, but that'll hopefully be coming up in the future. But for the time being, let's stick with the past, as Velton Jones, after the tip-off, is going to drive, and he's going to try and lay this one in, but Rob Robinson says, that's okay, I've got this for you, buddy. And the teamwork would continue. But Whitney Coleman throws it into Travis Taylor, the Hawks proving to be a tough nut to crack. He tries a post move, but instead kicks it out to James Hett for the three. Monmouth on the fast break. Will Campbell with the beautiful bounce pass to Coleman, who can't finish, but Travis Taylor can. He led all scorers with 22 points. Now you're going to see Coleman's pass tipped and intercepted by Gary Wallace. Ahead to Russell Johnson. Bang.
Didn't say I wouldn't go fishing with a man.
And that was a great assist by Gary Wallace. Now Velton Jones is going to get it to Dallas Green, and with great vision finds a wide open Karan Abraham. The freshman phenom gets 3 of his 21 points on the night right there.
Highlight full of great vision.
But Monmouth comes right back as Hett drives and then finds Taylor. Your result 33-31 Monmouth at the half. Second half, Abraham driving the baseline and laying it in. And then things start to get chippy under the basket. The physical play taking its toll on the players and their emotions as the emotions run high to a fever pitch, especially with Mike Rice. And technical fouls were handed out to Dutch Gailey.
Technical foul.
To Dutch Gailey and to Dallas Green. But Mezi Nwegwe finds Karan Abraham, dagger. RMU winning this one 78-67. Shooting 61.9% from the field compared to 31.4% for Monmouth. Travis Taylor played all 40 minutes and led all scorers with 22 points.
And, well, speaking of the Monmouth Hawks, Chris, well, why don't we just let the women play in same SportsCenter, and that's just what we're going to do. And here's your opening tip, and the Colonials lose, but this is not a big deal. We start in the first half with Vega Gamino Martinez. She's going to get this ball from her friend Angela Pace and then drive the center and get that herself 2 points there, 2 of her 9 on the evening. And now this time it's going to be Martinez giving it to Pace. Pace, however, kicks it out to the key to Bianca Hooten, and Hooten drives and gets 2 points of her own, her only 2 of the evening.
Who are you? Who?
It's Bianca, that's who that is. Now, it's going to be Monmouth's turn. Gabby Singer to Alexis Kennedy to Erin Rooney, who not only gets 3 points there, she had 6 on the evening, but also the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, well,
we go to the second half. RMU leads 20-17 at the half. We come back, and Laura Forbes is at the free throw line. She shoots both of those, makes them 4 at the line. Now it's the Colonials' turn at the line, and it's Martinez again, and she's going to set up here, make this free throw. She was 5 of 6 at the line. Let's see if she makes this one, and she does, gives them the lead, and so now the Colonials back in front. Now chasing down the other side, trying to keep it in there, but not able to, so the ball goes off the Colonials. Gabby Singer inbounds it to Carly Tebow, and then to Chantel Gomez. Her only 2 points of the evening proved to be the ones that win the game. The Colonials go on to win this one, lose this one 51-50. Gomez there with that game winner, and boy, what more can you ask for a heartbeater? Chris, we've got one big Colonial Spotlight coming up.
Why is it big?
Because the men's hockey team beat the #1 team in the country.
You don't say.
I do say. Brooksy is next with the Colonial Spotlight.
Hey, Brooksy!
Hey, Brooksy!
Colonial SportsCenter. You ready?
Endurance. Commitment. Sacrifice. Rowing is the ultimate team sport. The Robert Morris University women's rowing team is looking for walk-ons. If you're strong, athletic, and have a great attitude, we'd love to have you on the team. You have nothing to lose.
I'm David Dietrich.
And I'm Susan Defino.
Our extension is 3865.
Colonial SportsCenter. You ready?
On January 8th, the College Hockey Showcase took place at the Igloo, and the Colonial men put forth one for the ages, knocking off the #1 ranked Miami of Ohio Redhawks for the first time in Robert Morris hockey history. Here's some reaction from the game, including Chris Kushnerick, who was all smiles after scoring a highlight reel goal. Miami head coach Enrico Blasi spoke of how the Colonials were able to execute their game plan and how his Redhawks had trouble winning the battles.
Well, first of all, you got to give Robert Morris all the credit. They really did a good job of executing on their chances and did a nice job defensively of clogging up the front of the net, and you know, their goaltender played well when he had to. So you know, we go into every game trying to play our game, and obviously they took it to us tonight. I didn't think we were winning any kind of battle. I thought Robert Morris was right there with us, and in fact throwing their body around as well. So I think it was a pretty even game. Obviously they executed a couple more plays, and down the stretch they did a nice job of defending the lead, and you know, that's the name of the game. You got to execute when you have your chances, and they certainly did that.
Colonials bench boss Derek Schooley was quite pleased that his team defeated a ranked opponent, and the fact that it was #1 ranked Miami made it that much sweeter.
Well, I think anytime you beat a ranked opponent, it's a big feather in your cap. But I mean, it was a good hockey game, great crowd, enthusiastic, and I think it's something that you know, we can build on for the rest of the year. Like I've said for the last week, for those of you who interviewed me, we've been close, but yet a little bit far away, and it's good to finally come through. And you know, it was 1-1 going to the third, and we've been in there a lot with ranked teams, and for one reason or another, the last couple of weeks or any time we played them, we've fallen short. So it was good to feels good, to finally figure out a way to get it done. You know what? I think it was a total team effort. I mean, I think you saw it at the end, the last 6 or 7 minutes, we had to kill a couple penalties. We blocked some shots, got good goaltending, timely scoring. I think everything that we accomplished, what we tried to do, I think we kind of felt the momentum a little bit, and we were gonna sell out. You know, you don't get these opportunities very often, and we've let a lot of them slip by our hands. So it was time to, you know, just sell out and try to get it done. And when we scored, I think when we got the third goal, I think that gave us a little bit more juice. I mean, we didn't get the puck out of our zone for like the last 3 minutes of the game, you know, at least past the red line, and our guys did a great job blocking shots and selling out and doing what we needed to do to be successful.
Sophomore goaltender Brooks Ostergaard put together a 39-save effort and was stellar between the pipes.
It's probably one of the greatest feelings of my life. I mean, it started Monday of this week. Everybody had a goal. Everybody had one mission, and it took 22 guys on the ice to get the job done. After you beat the #1 team in the country, you get the belief and confidence you can beat anyone in the country. So, I mean, it's huge for our program, and it's just going to come with hard work, night in, night out.
Center Chris Kushnerick scored a highlight reel goal and gave the Colonials all the momentum they needed.
Feels great, actually. It's the first time, I think it's the first time in my career I've had a breakaway like that, but I knew as soon as I got some separation from that defenseman what I was going to do. So, I mean, I don't know. It was just a great feeling hearing that horn go off, too, and I've been here to watch so many games. It was just amazing to be able to do it personally. So, yeah, it was actually, I know that their point men like to stick handle and you know, play with the puck a little bit. So I was just kind of waiting for him to bring the puck back so I could kind of get my stick on it and poke it away from him, because I just came on the ice, so I had a lot of energy. And as soon as it got away from him, I knew I had to go, and it was just crucial to get that first goal against a team like Miami.
Head coach Derek Schooley asked his assistants at the end of the second intermission if they would take it. If he had told them a week ago, they would be tied with the #1 squad in the nation after 2 periods for all the marbles. Their answer, absolutely. Taking 2 over that weekend was just an added bonus. And just in case you haven't had enough hockey, let's go back over to the big boy desk. Ed and Chris have some highlights with a team from Alabama, guys.
Alabama, man. Yeah, I'd say they got the marbles.
Thanks, Brooksy. Yeah, if Mike Lang would agree with the marbles, and great stuff there, Brooks. We appreciate it. But, Chris, it was really a great event down there with the showcase and putting on a really great show and 3 great hockey games and just, you know, fortunately enough, beat the #1 team in the nation.
Yeah, but Ed, that wasn't the only action that happened the past couple of weekends. In fact, there's a pair of games against Alabama Huntsville.
Yeah, there was, and we do have footage here of the second game against Alabama Huntsville. Do we have the tape here?
It was a good one.
It was. There we go. Let's go to the videotape, if you will. The Alabama Huntsville Chargers and your Colonials going at it here. Colonials looking for 4 straight victories. We start here in the second period. This is your captain speaking. Sebastian Jeffreyon tries to lay out Captain Dave Cowan, shatters the glass, and boy, one CSC anchor sitting in attendance was very jumpy, and I'll just say it wasn't Chris.
Yeah,
but
it was in line for food.
And it wasn't Brooks either, but Dave Cowan goes back to the bench, going to take the jersey off. There's a 40-minute delay while they took a piece of glass from another rink, brought it in. This was just after the period had started, so both teams back to the locker room. They come back out, and right after this happens, Chris Kushnerick throws it to the net. Longpre with a rebound, and Kushnerick follows up that one, pokes it in, and chicka, yeah, Cameron Talbot, he's no superstar. Can't stop that one. Kushnerick's 11 of the year makes it 1-0. Then it's the turn of the Chargers, and Keenan Desmet going to get his 3rd of the year right there. Ostergaard not able to stop that one. He would stop 18 more, though, on the evening. We move to the 3rd period, tied at 1, and Nathan Longpre, he's an assistant captain. Look at this move. Around the defenseman, a little bit of a dangle, freezes the goalie, and Kushnerick and Longpre, they're on fire. Longpre's 10th of the year from Kushnerick. Colonials back in front 2-1. And now the Colonials looking for the insurance tally. Watch for Stefan Salaturo. He's going to call for the puck, but Andrew Blazek comes flying into the slot, finds the 5-hole, and gets his first career goal right there. Puts the Colonials up 3-1, and they're loving it. And then Ron Kramer, well, he's getting a little hungry, and if you score 3 or more, you get the classic single at Wendy's. So Ron Kramer puts it in the back of the net. Also, thanks to Denny Urban, Brandon Blandino with the assists. We'll be cashing that in after this show. 4-2 your final score as Chris Fairbanks adds one late for Huntsville. And the Colonials on a 4-game roll.
A delicious victory. Now, I personally, Ed, think that the show should keep going on.
No, show should stop.
Okay, how about this? We'll stop the show, but only for a segment called Showstoppers.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. Stay tuned, folks.
Kenya Johns, tapes operator. It's what I do. Colonial Sports Center.
I'm Jeremy Martin, graphics operator, and you're watching Colonial Sports Center.
It's gone now. There's no serious take now.
Chris Baginski, eye candy, Colonial Sports Center.
I'm Justin Luteran, and I'm not good enough for Josh Elsas. How's that?
I'm Josh Elsas, the producer, and you're watching Colonial Sports Center.
Yeah, you have a purple shirt.
Well,
you put that away.
Confiscate that camera.
That got me kicked off air.
Hi, honestly, Mario, Sports Center Colonial Edition.
I'm Justin Luteran, and I have facial hair. Yes. Take a good look.
All right, Chris, as promised, we're going to stop the show for Showstoppers, and we keep our promises unlike NBC.
And I'll keep my own promise and mention that that was Muse. Jamie Jocelyn scores to break the shutout, ensuring that the Lady Colonials would not leave the Pittsburgh Hockey Showcase empty-handed.
Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Me and my Bobby McGee. Number 4, it's going to be Karan Abraham from NBA 3 range. He's going to go a little gray there, get a little cut out, and then he hits it for the 3. He led all Colonials with 21 points, number 3, Chris.
Back to the familiar confines of Clearview Arena. This is Nathan Longpre, who scores a goal here against the Chargers. Oh, no, he's on fire. Somebody put him out. He's on fire.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay. Well, apparently he is like the Human Torch and can Yeah, go on. You get my point.
At least the people down there can do something right, putting out fires. But Chris Kushderek also does something right. The Kush ball fakes backhand, goes forehand, scores the first goal in the College Hockey Showcase shorthanded.
I think that nickname will stick, Ed. J.C. Velasquez from Cody Crichton, the game-winning goal in the Pittsburgh Hockey Showcase.
Freeze.
Look at that.
Bum, 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 bum. Freeze, freeze.
That was a beautiful saucer pass over to Velasquez, who's able to put that one in. And the Colonials saluting the crowd at the end of this game. But really, it is that team on the ice that should be saluted, as they were able to win not only that day, but also 2 days later, knocking off the #1 team in the country twice in 3 days.
Just for record, Miami is now the second-ranked team in the nation. But anyway, but we digress. Women's hockey this weekend down at the Island Sports Center, Friday and Saturday against Sacred Heart. Get out there, show your support for your Colonials.
And there's this one show that I may or may not produce called RMU Live on Tuesdays from 5:30 p.m. to 5:50 p.m. So be sure to watch that one.
Prime Cuts Theater broadcasting Fridays and Saturdays at midnight. Tune in for Ron McKenzie and Michael Gabriel. Doug Kennedy, of course, is our executive producer. And we would just like to thank all the teams and coaches for helping us out, as well as Marty Galosi, the entire RMU athletic department, because without you folks, we couldn't do what we do. Also, just a thanks to Joe Hale and Ray Zapparoni for all of their assistance here in the Academic Media Center, especially Joe's little donkey there. And we leave you this evening with the sights and sounds of the 2010 Pittsburgh College Hockey Showcase. Good night, Brazil.
Good night, Brazil.
I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord, can you feel it coming in the air tonight? Oh Lord, oh Lord. Well, if you told me lend a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend, but I don't know if you know who I am.